welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley. Today we're going to be doing the wow, we're just starting off with crazy wording now. The Cozy Autumnal book tag. And I'm not going to say autumnal anymore because it's gonna be, my tongue, it can't handle it. We're just gonna do Cozy Autumn book tag. Ta-da! Question number 1. What book always reminds you of fall or autumn? This question was really hard for me to figure out. I don't know what an autumn book is. I guess in my mind, autumn is, it's darker and it's colder, so it feels dangerous, but also it's really cozy, so it's not actually that dangerous. And we have all these Halloween things, which like skeletons, so it's like, oh, scary, but I'm not really scared. So that's kind of how I am defining an autumn book. That's what we're going with. So for me, this kind of book would be is a series of unfortunate events. I'm currently rereading the second book in this series and I'm absolutely loving it. You know, the characters are in danger and the bad things are going to happen, but also it's kind of atmospheric and it's cozy, but also dangerous. I don't know. That's what came to my mind. But if you could let me know what an autumn book is, I would love it. I want to know what that means. Question number 2. What is your favorite autumn book cover? I think, so 2 really pretty book covers are Nocturna by Maya Montaigne? Montaigne? I'm really sorry. I really butchered that name. So I'll put that here. So I think that is a really pretty book cover. And then the other book that I think is super beautiful is The City of Brass by S.B. Chakrabarti. You're just gonna screw all the author names over. Also, if you know of a place that tells you how to pronounce author names, that would be fantastic. I would love to know what that resource is. Anyway, I think both of these are beautiful fall book covers. The only problem is I really didn't like either one of these books, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend them. I think they're fine books, but I personally thought they were pretty cliche and pretty boring. But I think if you're new to the world of fantasy, and especially if you want a Latinx themed or an Arab Egyptian themed book, these both are very atmospheric. The plots, however, I didn't think were super interesting. So for what that's worth. Okay, question number 3. What is your favorite autumn drink to read with? I don't often think about drinking things when I'm reading books because I have a problem of spilling things. So if I am going to drink something, it will be an herbal tea or water, but usually I don't I don't drink while I'm reading books. So this is a boring answer, but there you go, that's the honest answer. Question number 4. Do you prefer to read late at night or early in the morning? As a mother, preference doesn't really matter. I read whenever I get a chance to, when my baby is asleep, so when she's napping, or in the mornings or in the evenings when she's gone to bed. So usually that means I read in the evenings before I pass out from reading, but not always. So I guess, I usually read in the evenings. If I could get what would I prefer? Honestly, I would prefer in the middle of the day because I like to sit in the sun when I read and to feel warm and cozy from sunlight. So whatever that time is. Okay, question number 5, Halloween time. What is your favorite spooky read? I am still getting into reading spooky things. I recently just started reading adult thrillers, and I'm entering that world rather slowly. So where am I going with this? That's a good question. My train of thought has been derailed. And there were no survivors. Books with a spooky theme. So a series that I would highly, highly recommend is Ashes to Ashes by Jenny Han and Vivian Soper. That is the 3rd author name that I have just destroyed. Anyway, this series. It's a series about 3 girls who take a revenge pact on the 3 people that have made them the most miserable in their lives. And things go terribly wrong. And it doesn't seem like it is spooky, but then it gets spooky. And I listen to this series probably every 6 months because it's delightful. And I love the audiobook. Anyway, but that is a really good spooky ghost vibes. But it's also, it's not uber scary either. So, because I'm still stepping into the world of reading about scary things. Okay, question number 6. What is the ultimate comfort read for you? This is a really interesting question because my answer has changed recently. I would have said Harry Potter. And I still think Harry Potter is comforting. But I also recently discovered the Raven Cycle series and the Bloodline series. Oh wait, so Raven Cycles is by Maggie Stiefvater. Oh my gosh, you would think that I just picked all the books that are not European names, and I don't have enough experience with other languages to know how to pronounce these off the bat. So Maggie Stiefvater, sorry, and then Bloodlines by Rochelle Mead. I'm currently listening to both of these series, and I go back and forth depending on whether I'm in the mood for Blue and Magic or whether I'm in the mood for Smart Trivia Sydney. That's how it goes. So those, and both of these series I read for the first time this summer, and so it's only been 4 or 5 months since I finished it the first time, but I just want to be in these worlds again. That's where I want to be, and that's what I'm reading and listening to right now, and I love it, and I'm enjoying it so much. And usually I think of Harry Potter as a more, I don't have to defend why I love Harry Potter and when I want to read it, but I usually listen to Harry Potter in the winter. I don't know why. That was what I did in college when I would finish my between semesters, is I would curl up with hot chocolate every day and I would read the entire Harry Potter series between the winter semester. So the fall semester and the winter semester. And it was great. It was lovely. It will probably never happen again because I have a baby, but I look back on those days very fondly. Okay, number 7. What is your favorite autumn reading snack? I don't like snacking and reading because, again, messy fingers, and then I can't touch the book because I have messy fingers. So then I wipe it on my clothes, and I don't like doing that. And I could get a napkin, but like, I don't. So that's that. If I have to pick a snack that I'm going to read with, it will be crackers and cheese, and I make a little cracker cheese sandwich, and it's delicious, and that makes me very happy. But usually I would eat all my snack and then read because I just don't like getting my books messy like that. I don't know. I was in custodial for a really long time, and that just feels wrong to me. But you do what you want with your books. I just don't want to do that with my books. Okay, number 8. Like mentally being like, is this the right number? What is your favorite autumnal candle to burn? Autumnal. I said it. I just said it perfectly. Ha! I'm great. I don't normally light candles when I am reading, but that sounds delightful and super cozy, and I would love to pick it up. Because my reading schedule is all over the place, and I kind of just read when I get the chance. I don't think about lighting candles, and I would like to change that. I mean, I'm not going to light a candle when my baby's awake, but I actually don't read when my baby's awake either. But usually I fall asleep when I'm reading, and I feel like it's a bad idea to just let a candle just burn while I'm sleeping. So that is a hard dilemma to solve. If I ever have a chance to have somebody else watch my baby and I read in the middle of the day, I'll probably still fall asleep, if we're being honest. Reading puts me to sleep most of the time. So I probably will never have that. But you know what? That's okay, because I like reading in the sun. And that makes me more happy than smelling happy autumn smells. But if I did pick a scent, it would probably be the smell of hot chocolate or apples or vanilla. I don't care. I like all candle smells. Number 9, when not reading, what is your favorite autumn activity? I love baking, but I do that whether it's autumn or not. So that's not a big deal. But specific to autumn, I love walking on crunchy leaves. I like kicking them. I like squishing them. I like listening to the crunch, 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 crunch as you walk through a park or underneath giant trees. We live near a whole bunch of old gigantic trees, and the leaves are starting to fall, and I can't wait to walk across the grounds and squish all of the leaves underneath my feet. That joy never went, like I enjoyed that when I was little. I enjoyed it when I was a teen. I enjoy it now. I don't know. There's just something about that crunch noise that just makes me so happy. I don't know why I love that so much, but I do. What is currently on your autumn or fall reading list? I am currently reading The Way of Kings. For the first time, I am 25% of the way through according to the Libby app. So we are making our way slowly but surely through. That is the only book that I want to get finished this autumn. I mean, autumn in Utah is weird because technically I think autumn is September to like November-ish, but we get like 3 weeks of autumn, sometimes 2 weeks, where the weather is like, oh, it's 70 degrees outside, it's so lovely, and then the next day it snows. So we get like 2 weeks of autumn and 2 weeks of spring, which is a shame. Anyway, so I would like to finish The Way of Kings before autumn ends, whenever it is that autumn ends. So I'm going to say that autumn ends December 1st, because again, autumn is very amorphous here in Utah. Anyway, that's all I have to say. No, that's just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's not the last I have to say. For me to feel uber cozy when reading, I need sunlight, cozy blanket, cozy chair or couch, and a book that I really love. So, or an audiobook. You know what also is great is to listen to an audiobook and sketch or draw at the same time. That's great. Sitting in sunlight. Basically, the sunlight is the key. That's how I know I feel cozy. Anyway, that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed my autumn reading time. I hope that you find ways to be cozy while you're reading in this season, whatever season that is, whether it's autumn or you're on the other side of the world and it's spring. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like it. That's all, folks. I'll talk to you all later. Bye!